Dear students, a warm welcome again. Once again, I welcome all of you to this online class. I think you all are fine and happy. Dear students, stay at home and be safe. Relax and watch the video carefully. Now we are discussing the lesson Isharan the Storyteller. This story was narrated to Ganesh by a young man called Mahendra. Mahendra was a junior supervisor. His duty was to keep an eye on the activities at the construction sites. He had to move from place to place. He was a bachelor. His needs were simple. He was able to adjust himself to all kind of strange conditions. But he had one asset. That was his cook, Isharan. He was quite attached to Mahendra. He cooked for Mahendra, washed his clothes, and chatted with his master at night. Isharan was good at telling stories. He could weave out endless stories on varied subjects. And also in the last part, Mahendra narrated how Isharan tells a story. He gave an example. Mahendra says that if Isharan had seen a fallen tree, he would narrate it with surprise and suspense. He would elaborate it with dramatic gestures. These are the points we discussed in the last part. The road was deserted and I was alone. Suddenly I spotted something that looked like an enormous bushy beast lying sprawled across the road. I was half inclined to turn and go back, but I came closer. I saw that it was a fallen tree with its dry branches spread out. Instead of saying that a tree had fallen on the highway, Isharan would explain it in another dramatic way. He would say that the road was empty, deserted, and he was all alone. The road was deserted and he was all alone. This would create suspense in the listener's mind. Then he would say that all of a sudden he saw that a huge beast was lying across the road. The road was empty. He was alone. Suddenly he noticed a huge beast lying across the road. He walked ahead. His mind was telling him to turn and go back. I was half inclined to turn and go back. I thought of going back. As he reached closer, he saw that it was a tree that had fallen and was lying on the road. He came closer. Then he saw that it was a fallen tree with its dry branches spread out. He created such a suspense, such a surprise in the listener's mind. Instead of narrating a simple event, he would dramatize it. He would use his body language and voice modulation. Then he mixed it with suspense and surprise. Now Mahendra recollects another story told by Isharan. Mahendra narrates another story told by Isharan. Isharan said, "The place I come from is famous for timber." Isharan would begin. There is a richly wooded forest all around. The logs are hauled on the lorries by elephants. They are huge, well-fed beasts. When they turned wild, even the most experienced mahout is not able to control them. After this prologue, Isharan would launch into an elaborate anecdote involving an elephant. Mahendra recollects another story told by Isharan. Isharan said that his native village was surrounded by a huge forest which was full of trees. Richly wooded forest all around. The place he came is famous for timber. The place he comes is famous for timber. There is a richly wooded forest all around. His village was surrounded by huge forest which was full of trees. Huge logs of timber were sold for commercial purposes. They used elephants to transport wood. They were transported onto the vehicles by elephants. The logs are hauled onto the lorries by elephants. They are huge, well-fed beasts. They are very big animals. When the elephants turn wild, it is very difficult to control them. They were huge elephants And if they became mad, they would get out of control. And it is difficult for the most experienced mahout to control them. They would get out of control and the mahout would not be able to tame them. Mahout would not control them if the elephant becomes violent. Eswaran starts the stories like this. This is just an introductory speech. This introductory session was followed by a detailed story involving an elephant. This was his method. Mahendra recalls it. Mahendra recalls another story told by Eswaran, and the story was about an elephant. The story continues. Mahendra recollects Eswaran's story. One day a tusker escaped from the timber yard and began to roam about, stamping on bushes, tearing up wild creepers, and breaking branches at will. You know, sir, how an elephant behaves when it goes mad. The story continues. One day an elephant escaped from the timber yard in Eswaran's village, and it started roaming, and it began to roam. It stepped on the bushes, it stamped on the bushes, it tore the creeper plants, and broke the branches of trees which come in its way. Elephant became violent, it started to roam, it stepped on the bushes, tore up wild creepers, and broke branches of trees. Then Eswaran asks a question. Eswaran asked Mahendra a question, and Mahendra recalls that question. Mahendra explains it to Ganesh. What was the question asked by Eswaran to Mahendra? You know, sir, how an elephant behaves when it goes mad. Sir, do you know how an elephant behaves when it goes mad? Eswaran asked Mahendra whether he knew how a mad elephant behaved. You know, sir, how an elephant behaves when it goes mad. Then Eswaran narrates how an elephant behaves when it goes mad. Eswaran explains it to Mahendra. Mahendra recollects that question. He explains it to Ganesh. So one day a tusker escaped from the timber yard, started roaming, stamped on the bushes, tore up the wild creepers, and broke branches of trees. Then Eswaran asked Mahendra whether he knew how a mad elephant behaved. Eswaran would get excited when he narrates a story. He would get up from the floor and jump about, stamping his feet in emulation of the mad elephant. So in order to make his story more effective, Eswaran stood up and jumped around the place. He got excited when he tells the story. He hits his foot on the ground in order to copy the actions of the mad elephant. Emulation means effort to imitate, copying. In order to make his story more effective, Eswaran stood up and jumped around the place, hitting his foot on the ground. He imitated the actions of the elephant. He would get excited when he narrates the story. Eswaran would get so caught up in the excitement of his own story that he would get up from the floor and jump about, stamping his feet in emulation of the mad elephant. He acts like the mad elephant. He imitates it. Mahendra continues Eswaran's story. Eswaran's story about the mad elephant. The elephant reached the outskirts of our town, breaking the fences down like matchsticks. He would continue. It came into the main road and smashed all the stalls selling fruits, mud pots, and clothes. People ran helter-skelter in panic. The elephant now entered a school ground where children were playing, breaking through the brick wall. All the boys ran into the classroom and shut the doors tight. The story continues like this. Elephant reached the outer boundary of their town. They reached the outer area of their town, outskirts of their town, and the elephant broke the fences like matchsticks. The fences seemed as if they were like matchsticks for the huge elephant. The huge elephant broke the fences like matchsticks. He would continue like this. Then it came to the main road and it smashed all the stalls. The elephant reached the main road and broke all the stalls selling different things like fruits, mud pots, and clothes. There were stalls selling different things like fruits, mud pots, and clothes. Elephant reached the main road and broke all those stalls. Elephant destroyed all those stalls. People ran helter-skelter in panic. Helter-skelter means here and there. People got frightened and they started running here and there. People ran helter-skelter in panic. People got panicked. Then the elephant entered a school ground where children were playing. The elephant reached a school ground. It broke the wall of a school and entered the ground where the students were playing. The elephant entered a school ground where students were playing. Elephant, it broke the wall and entered the ground where the students were playing. All the boys ran into the classrooms and shut the doors tight. All the students ran back into their classrooms. They closed their doors. The mad elephant reached the boundary of their town, broke the fences, it came to the main road, smashed all the stalls. People got panicked. Then the elephant broke the wall and entered into a school ground. The children who were playing in the school ground ran into the classrooms and shut their doors tight. Students, today we are concluding here. I think you got an idea about the content of the lesson. If you have any doubt, you can clarify it with me. Complete the given homework and send it in the group. Thank you for listening. Thank you very much.